moments?
Pre-cum?
No.
Nothing.
You just said that. Was it Spice Girls?
Doesn't sound right.
Was it Saffron Squad?
Mouse out.
Blake Elliott.
The lighting way better. I don't look washed out. I like the light behind me vibe right now. Because it's usually behind you, and it does a good job on lighting you, and now you look a little more washed out.
I mean, because I feel kind of washed out. Right
I like this.
I don't know. When you say you just
good
look
contrast.
You just
good
look
contrast.
lit up.
Good contrast.
I don't know. I don't think you look any different than you normally do, and I don't feel like I look any different than I normally do.
Now, how would you know how we look? What would be the way that they would do that, other than just hearing our voices?
I mean, are you talking about on the YouTube channel?
Boom.
Oh, I see what you did there. I see what you
YouTube
did
and what other app?
Twitch.
And what is it called on
I don't
Twitch?
know. Go.
Dallas
You tell
Fan
me.
Cam.
You tell me. Dallas Fan Cam. Check it out
right now.
It's a Tank Top Tuesday, and at least two of us got the memo. Myself and Mr. Trevor, the creator. And you know what? I wouldn't feel bad as far as Blake is concerned for not getting the memo or forgetting. But I did text our group chat earlier in the day and said, "Hey boys, Tank Top Tuesday. Get your minds right."
Did I respond to the group chat?
What's that got to do with it?
It's just like I had a lot of texts in and out of my phone today.
Look, if you
Remember he said he
can't,
didn't plan things. You
I
know?
had a lot of texts going in and out. I just didn't see it.
So there were texts more important than your show.
Not necessarily
No,
that.
I mean that's kind of what you're saying. No,
okay.
go ahead and say it.
What
Go ahead
time
and
did
say
you
it.
send it? I think that's what threw me off.
It was around 1:00.
See, too early.
Okay, see, here's
It needs
the
to
thing.
be when I'm getting
don't-
ready.
I don't.
I'm just saying for me, I'm just telling you
didn't
why.
bother Trevor.
Trevor may not have as much going on today. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know what was going on. He might have said, "Okay, boom, I'm laying out the tank top."
You know what I'm hearing? You know what I'm hearing? Excuses.
I am giving excuses.
Excuses. That's what I'm hearing. Okay.
I just forgot.
We don't do that on Fan After
just
Dark.
forgot.
We do not do that on Fan After Dark. 877-881-1053. 877-881-1053. That is the Frankel and Frankel Injury Attorney text line. Chime in. Let us know how you're feeling today on this Tuesday night. Tank Top Tuesday is here. This is an abbreviated show tonight. It's an abbreviated show tonight, thanks to the Rangers going extras tonight.
It almost was a longer show. Shout out to Jacob Latz.
I'll tell you what, man. He was balling earlier, and then, of course, the Oriole bats got hot, and next thing you know, we're taking this thing till 9 o'clock. Shout out to, who was it, Evan Carter, that scored the game-winning run. And then, of course, our boy Robert Garcia holding things down. Yeah, no, they moved the runner to third, but he held down, and they get out of the inning and get the W as well. So we'll talk a little bit about that. And, of course, obviously the other big news tonight is Kyrie Irving is getting extended, but we're going to touch on that here in just a smidge. So are you guys saying to go ahead and break now? Is that what you're telling me?
No. Don't listen to Ross. Do not listen to Ross.
I was going to say, you two look.
Ross is also doing
I was going to say, you two look like dyslexic mimes back there right now. Okay, that's what it feels like right now. Seriously, out of control back there. So normal break time, just so we're all on the same page here. Okay,
top
perfect.
Of the hour.
Perfect.
We're good.
You guys, I'll tell you what, it is a hot mess behind that pimp cup over there. All right. So, I mean, look, here's what I'm going to say about the Rangers, and then we're going to move on to the Kyrie stuff. Because I don't know that there's anything to say about this Rangers team that hasn't already been said. You're up 4-0. Pitching kind of goes to bleat for a minute. All right. Chris Martin gives up a home run. I'm trying to think. There was somebody who else.
He gave up 3 home runs.
No, he didn't. He didn't give up all 3, did he?
Yeah, he did.
Did he give up all 3? Chris Martin gave up all 3?
It was back-to-back hitters.
Son of a biscuit. I did not realize he gave up all 3 home runs.
3 straight hitters. He gave up a home run.
Oh, wow. All right, Boach. I see what you did there. But yeah, because Milner came in after that. Okay. Damn, I didn't realize. Like I said, well, I'll tell you what, I was making coffee too, and I heard the other home run. I didn't realize he gave up all 3. You realize the same guy still on the mound. I watched him give up the 2. I didn't realize he gave up the third after all. So either way, look, Chris Martin, old school guy. He's been there forever. Hell, he's got more gray hairs than I do. Wink, wink.
He's never given up back-to-back home runs, and then he gives up 3 back-to-back.
But he's given up back-to-back home runs. He was able to do that today. But you know what? I guess you could say the resiliency of this baseball team as they clawed their way back after being down. Look, they were down 5-4.
I agree. All 75 people in Baltimore were sad to see their team lose. The Orioles, I was asking while the game was going up why they are not good anymore. And obviously we pointed to the pitching staff. Adley Rutschman.
Which they did get rid of their manager earlier in the year, too.
Adley Rutschman being not what we expected this year. Gunnar Henderson kind of getting back up to par. And
that pitching staff just got ravaged to start the year as well. So, and look, maybe they're reeling from the Justin Tucker news. I don't know. I mean, somebody has got to pay the price.
And if we're buying into this, there was a tweet going out about Jeff Passan talking about the high possibility of Adolis Garcia getting moved at the trade deadline. I know Fred would be on board with that.
What a random poll, by the way. Like, of all the things Jeff Passan's talking about, like, let's go ahead and tweet out that Adolis Garcia might get moved. I mean, what are you getting for Adolis, by the way? A player to be named later in a bag of baseballs.
Right here.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what? I mean, and here's the thing. I don't know, unless you're getting...
Would you trade Adolis Garcia 877-881-1053, or are you still holding on to that 2023 World Series, that playoff run? Do you want Adolis Garcia on your Texas Rangers, or are you ready to move on from him? Continue.
He's in a contract year.
Shout out to Arboration.
So I guess my thing is, did you say Arboration or arbitration?
Arboration.
No, it's arbitration.
What's Arboration?
I don't think that's a word, but
I think
Arboration sounds like maybe like if a lot of trees and the process of it. But I'm just spitballing here because I'm pretty sure it's not a word.
Arboration is literally not a word. I just made that up.
A departure from what is normal. So maybe. I don't think that's the intent you had, but no, it's arbitrary. Arbitration is the word you're thinking of.
Is that not what I said?
No, you said arboration, and you said it like 3 times.
Arboration and arba.
There's a T in arbitration. There isn't one. There's 2 T's in arbitration.
I'm confusing myself.
You are.
What did I just add an extra O?
No, you took a T away.
That's all I did?
Look, I don't have the spelling in front of me, but I'm just top of mind. Anyway, bottom line is this: arbitration or arboration, whatever the hell we're talking about here. I don't know what are you getting for Adolis Garcia? Unless you're looking for relief because you're looking for salary cap relief because you're going to make some moves elsewhere. Now that makes sense to me. if it's strictly a salary cap move because you're up against it anyway. Because it's not like you're getting. I doubt you're going to get anything of value for Adolis Garcia. Is all I'm saying. And he's a guy that's in a contract year, so unless somebody's knocking down your door for Adolis Garcia, I don't know what the expectation is other than, hey, we're moving some salary and we're going to make some moves elsewhere, and that's why we're going to go ahead and make this deal.
I mean,
that's the only thing I can think of.
Adolis right now I think he still leads the team in RBI.
From the 979, as bad as he is, he still leads the Rangers in RBI, so let's keep him. I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, I keep him, trade him. I think at this point,
great right fielder.
He is a great right fielder, right? His glove is definitely worth keeping. I just think at this point, whether you're sellers, whether you're buyers at the deadline, I mean, Chris Young has a lot to think about. I just don't know that there's a move out there.
Yeah, he leads in RBIs, and the next closest guy is Simeon.
Well, okay, but I mean, okay, so you lead the team in RBIs on the Rangers. Okay, that's the skinniest kid at Fat Camp award. Okay, like who cares?
He's second on the team on total bases, only behind Wyatt Langford by 4.
I think the thing is, I mean, we're not going to say it's not even. You can't even say that he's he's quietly having a productive year. No, he strikes out in some of the biggest moments. I mean, yes, he had the moment against the Dodgers, where he had the walk-off home run, and then I want to say he had a walk-off hit a week or two ago against the Blue Jays, maybe? Mm-hmm. I think it was, or I can't remember who it was off the top of my head. But either way, he's had a couple walk-off hits. And, I mean, what's he batting right now? 229 on the season?
He's batting, Adolis Garcia is batting 233.
233.
That is 4 points lower than Wyatt Langford.
Yeah.
The only players for the Rangers that have a WAR above a 1 is Corey Seager with a 1.6. Marcus Simeon with a 1.1 finally.
Okay.
Adolis Garcia with a 1.9. And then your two best players, according to WAR, and I think most people would agree, Josh Smith and Wyatt Langford, who both have a WAR above 2. So if you're going off WAR, which, a lot of smart baseball people do, wins above replacement.
Yeah.
Adolis Garcia is third on the team.
He's batting 230, like you said, 232, 9 home runs, 38 ribbies. I mean,
if you're going off WAR, only two players are better on the Rangers.
Oh, I mean, like I said, I don't know what that tells you.
He's also phenomenal defensively.
No, I mean, we touched on that. I mean, so that's what I'm saying. And maybe that's why somebody, and maybe it's the proverbial a change of scenery. So maybe you can, but I guess my thing is, what are you trading him for? Cash considerations? I mean, I don't know what you're going to get.
Let's pull up Blaine Krim.
Because here's the thing about because you're not trading him for bullpen help, right? Because you feel pretty good about your bullpen. Well,
Chris Young spoke earlier about him needing us needing bullpen help because again, Garcia, all these guys are old. No offense, but they're old arms. It is.
Well, yeah, we saw that with Chris Martin.
You saw with Chris Martin. Is he not salt and pepper? If I've ever seen salt and pepper,
he's got a lot of gray in that beard.
But again, that's the only thing that I can hear to think. Unless you're trying to package him because he does have a decent contract, his contract is cheaper.
This is what
$7 million.
Some of the text line: move on. Adolis, Marcus, Jonah, and Jake. From the 405, would trade him for something decent pick wise, but no one will do it. 214, we aren't doing blank with this year. Trade him. 972. If that's the case, all I'm saying is you can make a case to trade the entire team.
Well, and I guess that's what I'm getting at is here's the thing. You are a team that offensively you are, I mean, that's been your Achilles heel all year.
Would you say they're average or below average or at the worst, bottom 5 when it comes to just the team?
I would argue that they're slightly below average.
Just slightly below.
Because the reason why and right now on the season, after today's win, this puts the Rangers at, as soon as my phone decides it wants to pop
While
up.
You're reading that.
Your Rangers are now 39-41. Okay, so your Rangers are now 39-41 on the year, 2 games below 500. You're now sitting 7.5 games behind the Houston Astros, who are starting to run away with this division. Okay, and by the way, the Astros don't have an iota of what you have as far as pitching is concerned. Okay, I mean they've got you want to talk about I mean, we're talking about, you've had problems with Evo getting hurt. Obviously, we heard today that Bradford's down for the year, which, you haven't had him all year anyway, so that doesn't matter. But at least, you're not going to get him back. But, John Gray's going to be back here before too long.
Evo's
going to be back before too long. DeGrom has been hands down your best pitcher, and it's not even close. Well, I mean, think about it, and I think I heard Chief say this today on KNC. 12 straight games
with less than 2 runs.
of 2 runs or less, which is the longest streak by somebody over 35 in Major League Baseball history, if memory serves. So you're 39 and 41 because your pitching staff has been phenomenal, and now I think
one or two series where your offense won it. One or two.
And now you're starting to come in, and look, now we're going to start getting into a little bit of the dog days here in July. Now, granted, we're 2 weeks away from, I think 3 weeks away from the All-Star break, but you're going to go through these lulls where your pitching staff is not going to be able to carry you, and you're going to need your bats.
And this is kind of the time that your managers start, reeling back the pitching staff. Hey, I don't need you to go 8 innings. We're getting close to the All-Star break.
You ain't getting 8 innings. You ain't getting 8. I mean, look, the new normal is 6.
Yeah, I don't need you to do 6 innings. And a guy like DeGrom, I'm sure they'll kind of be cautious with the All-Star break around the corner with all the injuries happening. I mean, we saw Jacob Latz pitch for Forsaken. He was phenomenal. Do you think after Jacob Latz's performance that he's going to find his way into the starting rotation more often? Or you think he goes back to the pen?
I mean, I think you would keep him where he's at right now. I mean, because the bullpen, here's the thing.
Saying back in the pen?
You don't, no. Yeah, you can keep him in the pen because, look, and we got to go to break here in just a second. But Tampa Bay showed a couple years ago, you can get to the playoffs with the whole, what were they? They had a name for it, but you can literally have you had your starter at the front of the game or whatever, like it was, and I mean Tampa Bay had guys where they were literally their staff was they had 1 or 2 starters and everything else was bullpen games basically every other for the other 3 games, right? If as part of your 5-man lineup, so
Jacob Latz had a no-hitter.
The Rangers got something going here, right? Again, I trust the pitching staff. I don't trust his hitting when it all comes down to it. And okay, you beat the Baltimore Orioles, whoop-de-doo. All right, great. I mean, I shouldn't say whoop-de-doo. Good, but you're still 2 games below 500, but yet you're only 3 games out of the wild card spot. All right, let's take a break. We'll get the show rocking and rolling. We've got some Dallas Maverick news and the NBA. Hey, NFL, you want an exciting offseason? Here, hold our beer. We're about to make some things happen. Lots to get to. Don't go anywhere. Fan After Dark coming up next.
Time to put the kiddos down and turn your radio up. It's
Uber Eats has low fee products? I gotta remember that.
Well, they say in order to remember something, you have to forget something else. Okay, now that is a very cute haircut. That's like a little shag. I've never seen that before. Well, I mean, of course you have. It's the Rachel. Oh, is that your name? No, I mean like your name. No, I'm Jen. My name's Jen.
Right, but I just mean like this is your haircut.
But that's hair on your hair.
I'm not saying this is your hair.
Okay.
After Dark on 105.3 The Fan.
Welcome in, DFW. Glad to have you on board on a Tuesday night here on 105.3 The Fan. Fan After Dark. I am Fred Davis. That gentleman to my right is none other than the phenom himself, Mr. Blake Elliott. And then, of course, we've got the one, the only, Mr. Trevor, the creator, a.k.a. the, artist formerly known as Trevor. I think we tossed around that joke with CA on a Sunday morning. Nonetheless, the one, the only Trevor is behind the glass on the 1, 2s, and 3s. I'll tell you what, we've got just a smorgasbord of producers here in studio tonight. We got our boy, we got Trevor in the house. We got Khaki Kev in the house. We got Dylan, who I've never actually referred to as his real name or pronounced it Dylan. I just know him as Dylan. And that's why we're going to keep it. And so that's how we're rocking and rolling on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, we got all of them back there hanging out and vibing, making sure that the producer room is nice and filled with warm air.
Now, Ross Lebinsky said, deuces, I'm out.
Well, one of them said deuces because I just walked into the restroom and I think they all said deuces. Not good.
Wow.
Not good at all.
What a segue.
Not
what a transition.
I mean, all four of them might have just used the restroom.
How do we know it wasn't somebody that snuck up here and
it could have been, but I think it's
bathroom?
them. I'm gonna make a bold claim that it was
Trevor. Did you functify the men's room?
Negative.
Okay,
I don't know,
but y'all know I own it, so
I don't know if I believe him because there's been plenty of
and in
times.
fairness, so he had. I mean, I don't think he's. I mean, I've seen him whether it was here right when the game ended, and then he was in the Pimp Cup. I don't. I mean, do we think Dylan is capable of that kind of stankery?
I don't know.
I can see it being Ross. I can see it being Ross because Ross kind of was a little hectic on the way out. He's over here like telling me to break and then not telling me to break and then bounces, stinks up the bathroom, and then makes his way out. So I'm putting my money on Ross Lebinsky as the culprit behind the funk dubious of it all. What about our boy Khaki Kev? Did Khaki Kev funk-defy it up?
Kevin was with y'all. That's true. That's true.
He was here in. He was here in
where's he at now?
Studio. He's back at the pickup.
Sitting back here.
Yeah, he's back there. So I'm standing by it. I think it was Ross Lebinsky. I think Ross Lebinsky funk-defied the men's room.
Well, I'm trying to figure out who funk-defied. I got to make sure I'm careful with that.
Your Dallas Mavericks?
The Dallas Mavericks. 'Cause they've got a whole different looking team from last year. Obviously, Luka is gone. But
no, you don't say.
What if I told you there would be a new
white guy in town?
His name is Cooper Flagg, the main event, and we are less than 24 hours away.
Yeah, we are.
From Cooper Flagg being the number 1 overall pick drafted by your Dallas Mavericks. 877-881-1053. How are you feeling? Are you hype about it? Are you sad? Have you not gotten over the ex? Maybe you're like my mom and has not gotten over it. How do you feel about Cooper Flagg being the new face of the franchise of the Dallas Mavericks in less than 24 hours?
I'll tell you what, and shout out to everybody watching on the Twitch. We got a couple of y'all tuning in. Let's see who. You know what? And I'll be honest, I don't do a very good job of loving you guys up on the Twitch line. Who we got? Lasso 214. What, bro? We got to shorten that name up, homie. Lasso 214972. What up, Fred and Blake?
Yeah.
Area codes.
We got Joel Wood. What's up, Freddie?
Wait, Joel's on Twitter with us. He's always tweeting at us.
Okay. We got T3 Pritchett. What's up, Twolos? Fred iced up for real. LOL. Let's see. We got Texas size rips. No separation. Dak ain't throwing it. I'm guessing this is from earlier in the day. And then our boy Big Surge 36. Probably the most frustrated I've ever been. Even the losing Rangers team can at least hit the ball and make it somewhat exciting to watch. He also said, but what are the chances that all these guys just got lucky at the same time in 23, talking about the number of guys that had a career year in 2023. And I'll tell you what, that's what it's starting to look like. I mean, I think that as much of an anomaly as that sounds, I mean, look, we've all been watching sports for a long time. You got to have at least 2 or 3 dudes that are dudes, right? Like, and that's the thing is like, look, Corey Seager's a dog, and Marcus Simeon, for the most part, is a dog. And I think that maybe we got the last of Marcus Simeon's crescendo, and now we're seeing kind of the downside, the back end of his career. Now, he was on G-Bag Nation this afternoon. He doesn't think he's slowing down. He's not looking at age as an issue, all right? And, is out there grinding like he says he's doing each and every day. You appreciate that from your, from your guy in Marcus Semien. He did say he's kind of struggled with the idea of not being at the top of the order because that's what he's been for so many years. But, he said hasn't changed his approach to the game. So, from that standpoint, again, with this Rangers team, look, this team is going to have to rattle off some sort of epic run where they win like 12 out of 15, 18 out of 20, 15 out of 20. They're going to have to do something, I'm not going to say miraculous, but they're going to have to go on a run that they haven't been on in the last 2 years. And I just don't think that this team offensively is capable of that. Would love to see it. It's going to make covering them a lot more fun, but this win 1, lose 1, win 2, lose 2, win 2, lose 3, that's
500 baseball team.
That's a 500 baseball team, and you're 3. I mean, look, you're 3 games out of the wild card. So when we ask the question, you're getting to the point where you're not going to be in a position to win the AL West if the Astros keep winning and you keep doing this scuffling back and forth. So I guess the question for you guys, and we'll talk about this throughout the week and as the season wears on, and we'll get to that point where that inflection point where it's like, okay, what are we doing here? Are we just playing for a wild card position or a wild card spot at some point? So anyway, that said, switching back to your Dallas Mavericks.
The NBA, man.
Okay.
What a day.
The NBA is on fire.
I'm just glad Shams didn't lie. Do you remember a week?
It's about a week and a half ago.
I was going to say conference finals time was when he said, I cleared my calendar.
Yeah.
As soon as the NBA finals ends, it's going to be one of the craziest offseasons y'all have ever seen, and it's going to kick off quick. Usually we kind of have to wait a while. You get 1 or 2 deals, but it's usually midsummer. All this stuff kicks off. But this is all post-draft, and the draft is, 6 days removed from the NBA Finals? 5 days removed? Less.
No, not even.
Saturday,
3
Sunday. 3 days removed, and we're getting all these blockbuster deals. We get Sunday, Kevin Durant. Then the next day, we get, let's see if I can remember them in order. We get Kevin Durant for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, and 5 second-round picks right before the game.
And the 10 pick.
And the number 10 pick. Thank you. And then the next trade was
J-Rue Holiday last night while we were on the air. With
Drew
our boy
Holiday
Grant
for Anthony Simons, and a second-round pick.
Are you buying this? The reports are out today that he's pissed.
He's pissed.
Are you buying that?
I am. You were on Boston. Y'all were continuing.
Well, he knew he was going to get traded.
But I think he thought to a good team.
I mean,
Portland's not good. I don't care what they say about being competitive. Portland will not even make the playoffs.
Tell you what, J-Rue, say that to.
You think they make the playoffs?
Say that to Chauncey Billups' face.
Do you think they make the playoffs?
I think with the rosters it's currently constructed.
Yeah, I do not think they make the playoffs.
I don't think it's. I mean, are we
top 8?
Top 8?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to throw in the play in. You got to throw in the play in. Because here's the thing. From what I read this morning, and I can't think of who tweeted this out, and I should have saved
There's a lot of tweets going out right now.
Oh, dude, NBA Twitter is on fire right now. It really, truly is. Anybody that has any kind of soundbite, underdog, inexplicably, Josh Kroenke might trade Nikola Jokic. I mean, okay. But whatever Twitter account I read this morning, I don't know who it was. Don't ask me. But I read somebody. He may have been credible. Look, he may have had 5 followers. I don't know. But they mentioned
starting to blur together.
It literally has been a long day today. But that being said, they say that the Blazers aren't done making moves.
I mean,
so
yeah, if they go get Jaylen Brown, sure, yeah. Now I'll say they're good.
I'm just saying. Look,
who's their best player?
J-Rue. Right now. Their whole thing is they think he can help with the maturation. Oh, I think it was Sam Quinn, our boy Sam Quinn, who tweeted this out.
I mean, they're more competitive than they were last year.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't even know. I don't know because Anthony Simons was a bucket getter, and they just traded a 20-point scorer for a guy that's a role player, a good role player.
Yeah,
but Drew Holiday's not going to be like, hey, give me the ball in the fourth quarter and let me go ISO and win this game.
No, he's not.
So
I think some of it could be though too. Is I think the need for a veteran.
Sure.
Right? I mean,
shout out to the Wizards. They got plenty of those now. Shipped off Jordan Poole for I keep forgetting who they got. They got Chris Middleton now.
Yeah.
Let me look.
We got him in the Mavs, or excuse me, the Bucks trade. But let's not bury the lead here real quick. Clearly, the biggest news for your Dallas Mavericks, though, obviously we know that we're 24 hours away from Cooper Flagg being a Dallas Maverick, but who will he be playing alongside, at least at some point? It will be Kyrie Irving. 3 years, $119 million?
Correct.
For Kyrie?
Just under $40 million a year.
Hey, that's a win, man.
Mavericks.
And that's a win for both sides. I mean, that's a win for Kyrie.
Long term.
Look, Kyrie's at $39 million a year. I mean, we can step back and, let's put these numbers in perspective here. I mean, $39 million for a 33-year-old dude coming off of a ACL and his second or third major injury of his NBA career. All right. That's a good deal.
That is.
All right. I mean, I don't know what else he was going to get.
His player option was $43 million, which he opted out of, denied that one.
And don't forget the no state income tax, man. Yeah. Do not downplay the state income tax. That is a major. Hey, when you're taxing, state income tax on $119 million. I mean, I don't know what that looks like because I've never had to deal with that, but I can only imagine.
CJ McCollum. That's what I was thinking of.
CJ McCollum. Yeah, he got traded too, didn't he?
To the Wizards for Jordan Poole.
Tell you what are they doing?
The Wizards. No, it makes sense what the Wizards are doing. So CJ McCollum, Kelly Olynyk, Chris Middleton, and Marcus Smart, all their deals expire after this year. So they have 109 in cap space for next year.
Yeah.
So they're going to have they're going to be remember how the Nets were where they had a bunch of cap and they could just go sign whoever?
Yeah.
That's what they're going to be. Now, players going to want to go there, how the team roster going. But
that's what I'm saying.
But I get it. If you're the Wizards, that's what you want to do.
No, I mean, look, you have to. You need a fresh start, right? Yeah. Like if there's a way to reset, that's how you do it.
Or you can do what the Nets do. The Nets have 5 first-round picks in this year's draft.
That's insane.
5.
You got to package some of those.
I don't even know. Yeah, so apparently they're trying to package it for Ace Bailey. I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I don't even know how that would work if they got 5 first-round picks. Because I don't know if they have 5 roster spots open to draft 5 different players. Now I know you can hold players' rights and they can play overseas.
Oh no, you're drafting a couple Euros. Hey, guys, I tell you what, well, holler at me in 2027. Okay, keep doing your thing. We'll get back to you when.
But they have the 8th pick, 19th pick, 22nd pick, 26th pick, and a 27th pick in this year's draft.
Don't sleep on my boy. Well, they got Jalen Wilson, who's a bucket getter.
Sean Marks, right? The GM of the Nets?
I think, yeah.
He's rebuilt the Nets twice, if you think about it.
Yeah, he has.
He rebuilt them, signed that terrible squad. And now has rebuilt them again, in a sense, with all the draft picks.
I mean, it's funny. They gave up a boatload. I mean, I'll tell you what. It was almost like he spent a bunch of draft picks and then said, you know what? Let's get them all back. And he literally got more back. I mean, he really did. I mean, you want about a guy just creating a basketball team on the fly.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what the NBA right now, it is literally 2K.
It is.
With the flurry of I've never seen this many trades before.
It's either the good teams are making moves around the edges to get better, or teams like the Celtics are completely retooling, or even the bad teams that we all talk. There's a lot of bad teams making trades right now. The Wizards, the Hawks just got a whole new team. The Hawks traded for Porzingis today, if you guys missed it. So their lineup is now Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson, who I really like, Zachary Richauche, who's the first-round number 1 overall pick last year, and Kristaps Porzingis. You can do a lot worse than that. In the East,
I'll get you, the 5th or 6th seed?
I was about to say 5th or 6th.
And, you'll probably dangle one of those two guys at the trade deadline again, and you'll stay Atlanta being Atlanta.
I like Jalen Johnson and Trae Young. The rest
group,
of
you're not.
And Dyson Daniels. I like their
group doesn't do anything for anybody. What's the 35.5 over/under on how many games Porzingis plays next year?
Under. I would do it at 30.5.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Now, I'm not going to say why.
Okay, Magic Jr.
I'm not going to say why. If you know, you know.
Okay, Magic Jr.
Yeah, that's a shout out to the Celtics, man. Whole new team. If you guys have been asleep, they have moved off Drew Holiday. They've moved off Porzingis,
but they said they were doing all this too, though.
It seems like they're fielding offers for Jaylen Brown.
If the right offer comes along for Jaylen Brown later,
and you know why they're doing it? Not just because of the second apron, but because
it's new ownership,
the second apron ownership, and Tatum's injury. It's like, why would I be over the second apron?
Oh, there's no reason to be
with Tatum being out. So I'm just paying the luxury for no reason. So they were like, all right, they were going to make these moves anyways.
Porzingis, I get. I'll be honest. I think getting rid of Porzingis and Jrue Holiday make all the sense in the world.
They did it quickly, too.
And with no hesitation. But you knew, like you said, going into this season they were going to do that. Mm-hmm. Or excuse me, going into the offseason, once they got beat by the Knicks and Tatum went down, I mean,
like new team next year.
It was like, all right, look, we got these new owners, and these fools ain't trying to pay $180 million in luxury tax to be third in the East and to get beat in the second round. Like, that ain't going to happen. All right, 877-881-1053. We're going to make life difficult for Trevor the Creator, or maybe we won't. Maybe we won't. I don't know what the phone lines are
up
like
to you guys
at 10:20 at night on a Tuesday night following a Rangers squeaker of a victory over the Baltimore Orioles. So here's the deal. Here's what's about to go down, ladies and gentlemen. Over the course of 2 hours this morning, my boy Kip, shout out to my boy Kip from LA Fitness over in Louisville. All right. One of my go-to Mavericks conversation pieces. Me and Kip talk Mavericks almost every day. He's a Mavericks season ticket holder. He's been, obviously, like most of you, feeling some type of way about these Dallas Mavericks ever since Luka's been traded. I tried telling him this morning, allay those fears, Mr. Kip. You've got Cooper Flagg. Well, he's not sold on Cooper Flagg. Then I get a call about an hour and a half later from my esteemed co-host, Mr. Blake Elliott, who tells me that his mother has zero
confidence
in Cooper Flagg. Like,
yeah,
even
zero.
like Kip, at least Kip is like, hey, I think this guy could be halfway decent, but I'm just not convinced he will be. And I said, au contraire, mon frere. Meanwhile, Mama Kim's just like, no.
Bust.
Okay? The dude sucks. He wouldn't be a top 3 in the last decade. I don't know when he would ever be. Yada, yada, yada. Okay?
Miss Kim was not loving it.
Miss Kim has zero love for Cooper Flagg, and she makes it clear that a lot of it has to do with the fact that she's still pissed off about Luka getting traded. She won't admit it completely, and I tried to convince her that, but hey, that's another story for another show. So that being said, I told Blake, I said, look, we've got ourselves a segment now. So here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. 877-881-1053. Luka Doncic notwithstanding, are you excited about Cooper Flagg? Yes or no? That's all the question is tonight. Let's not overdo it. Let's not overthink it. 877-881-1053.
Hit them phone
Polo's
lines.
on the telephone. Cooper Flagg will be a Dallas Maverick tomorrow. Are you healed? Are you still reeling? Whether or not you are, one way or the other, are you team Cooper Flagg, yay or nay? We want to hear from you next. Don't go anywhere.
30 straight minutes without interruption. It's our Time Experts commercial-free expressway. It's
Nutmeg Maidens?
Pre-club.
No.
Nutmeg Maidens.
I just said that. Was it Spice Girls?
Doesn't sound right.
Was it Saffron Squad?
Bullet V product? I gotta remember that.
Well, you know, they say in order to remember something, you have to forget something else. Okay, now that is a very cute haircut. That's like a little shag. I've never seen it before.
Well, I mean, of course you haven't. It's the Rachel.
Oh, is that your name?
No, I mean like your name.
No, I'm Jen. My name's Jen.
Right, but I just mean like this is your haircut.
But that's hair on your head.
I'm not saying this is your hair.
Okay.
Team I was on.
Competition and things like that. So I kind of just made that decision based on that. I felt like it was time for me to kind of get to a new environment and push myself to higher levels and to really just get in a new environment and be surrounded.
That was on Cooper Flagg reclassifying.
Asking why he decided to forego his senior year of high school. And I hope Mama Kim's listening. He forwent his senior year of high school.
My boy was 17, 18 out there.
And for all the Mama Kims out there, and that's Blake's mom, for those of you new to the program, who told me today, quote, he's not a dog. Of all the things Mama Kim said, that may have been the most troubling to me, that he's not a dog.
I agree.
All right, because at that point,
I roasted her.
because now she's trolling at that point. Now she's just pouring salt into the wound at that point.
I trust me, I roasted her before and after the phone call.
He's not a dog. And I said, you didn't watch him. I said, point blank, you did not watch him play basketball this year for you to say that. And so
I'm hoping the Tolos watch them though.
So here's the deal. All right, 877-881-1053, 877-881-1053. That is the hotline. It's also the Franklin Injury text line, but you can also call into the program. Call in. Tolo's on the telephone. Let's get a little bit of let's get a faint bed going. All right, look at that. I'm making Trevor work tonight. I said,
like, audio.
I mean, what more do you want, guys? I'll tell you what. Faint bed. All right, look, we only got 6 more segments left, okay? So let's get right after it, okay? We got him for 2 hours. We're putting him to work, okay? So here's the deal. And I had it in my head that I had told to call you guys, and then Blake, being the kind, hospitable kid that he is, said, "Hey, you didn't tell people to call," and I didn't. But Tyler, Brady, and Tim all figured it out. So give us a buzz now.
Now or forever hold your peace. I don't want to hear.
Or forever hold your peace. Look,
you got to talk your mess.
There
before the
is
draft.
no revisionist history on this. Stand on business. You're either Team Flagg or you're not. Okay. I've been on Team Flagg.
And we're fine either way. Don't think you got to be Team Flagg.
Hey, Blake's own mother isn't Team Flagg, okay? And she's standing on business about it. My boy Kip isn't really Team Flagg, okay? He's riding the fence, okay? I'm Team Flagg. I've been saying that.
I'm Team Flagg as well.
I've told y'all
I still
from the
love
jump.
Luka, but I'm also can realize Cooper
You're
Flagg
a Mavericks fan, and guess what? It's a whole lot more fun to cover the Mavericks when you got somebody like Cooper Flagg to watch and play basketball.
I wouldn't care what color he is. He could be purple.
That would be wild if he was. Let's go out to Tyler in Dallas. Tyler in Dallas, where are you at on Cooper Flagg?
Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, this is Tyler. I live in Dallas, Texas. Yeah, basically, my thoughts on Cooper Flagg was that I was trying to think of who could I compare him to a current player, and I thought of, like, P.J. Washington.
Okay.
I thought, Cooper Flagg is a better ball handler, a better shot creator for himself, a better shot creator for others, potentially a better defender. The only thing I can think P.J. Washington is better at is a rebounder, because he was a dog last year.
So let me ask you this, Tyler. Let me stop you real quick. Tyler, are you? Wait. So you mean to tell me you think the comp for Cooper Flagg is P.J. Washington?
I'm saying it on the conservative side as a rookie year, and I think that
his floor.
Like a conservative approach, and I think that would end up looking somewhere like 15 points. 4 assists and 6 rebounds, and I think that I think that's a better version of P.J. Washington, like just like a better offensive player, but like defensive minded guy.
Now, are you coming at this that you are a Flagg fan and this is his rookie year floor? Or are you saying you think this is what he'll be in the NBA is kind of a better P.J. Washington?
No, I'm thinking this is how he will be as a rookie. I think that he'll grow up and he'll develop the ISO game and be like a Kawhi Leonard.
Okay, that's what I'm getting at. I want to know where people stand on what's this guy going to be in the NBA, because that's the overarching theme, right? Is this guy going to be, because look, Luka's the ceiling, right? Like that's what we're trying to figure out. Is this guy going to be a superstar, or is he just going to be a guy? And that's what the question is. Is he a generational talent, or is he just another dude? So my question for you is, when you say so you think he's going to A, Kawhi Leonard, B, bring a title or 2 to Dallas, yay or nay?
I think he can. I think he can bring a title to Dallas, and I think his ceiling is kind of like being like a Kawhi Leonard type player. That's like
we'll take that.
Like one of the best 2-way players in the league.
I love it. Tyler in Dallas.
25, like 5 and 7 kind of guy.
Dude, that's okay. Now you're talking our language over here. Tyler in Dallas. Let's roll. Good call. I appreciate we were able to clarify that because I was a little worried there. I thought he meant like that was his comp long term.
I think he was just giving a floor.
No, he did. He did.
Floor.
So I'm glad. I'll tell you what. Good call by Tyler. Kind of set the stage now for what we're looking for. I don't necessarily need what you think he's going to do rookie year, because look, if you think he's going to be a dog in the NBA and bring titles, we think he's going to be good as a rookie year. Or tell me, hey, I don't think he's going to be worth a damn and he's not this, whatever. Okay, Brady and Alvarado, what you got?
Okay. All right, guys. So I think he'll be a superstar, but my issue is, like the other idiotic Dallas team, this front office is going to screw this up. I 100% believe this. Because in one move, Nico ruined it for all of us, and I do not trust Nico Harrison anymore. So I think this guy will be a superstar.
Okay.
But I think it's going to get screwed up along the way somewhere, and it's going to be Nico's fault.
I love it. Brady and Alvarado, great call by you. So we got 2 Cooper team flags here. Let's go to Tim in Frisco. What you got, Tim? 30 seconds or less.
Hey, big Cooper Flagg fan. He been watching him since he was a sophomore in high school, sending clips to friends. He dominated in high school. He went to college, player of the year. Give him 3 or 4 years, he'll be a top 5 NBA player as he progresses. Just look at the competition as he played. So
I love it. I love it.
Super excited.
Tim, I'll tell you what, I can tell it in your voice. Tim, great stuff from you. Let's go out to we've got 3 team flags right there.
Where's
my pin? I got to write these guys down.
I kind of need somebody on the opposite side.
I'm sure we'll have
Let's
somebody
go
there.
out to Reggie in Dallas, who says he is a Utah Jazz fan on the text line. Reggie, how you feeling about Flagg?
What's going on, fellas? Man, I feel great about Flagg. You know, he's a good guy. He's a dog. He balls and stuff, but I'm pissed. Oh, sorry. I'm just highly upset that he's not coming to Utah.
You know what? You guys did kind of get hosed in that, but at the same time, too, the NBA also didn't coerce you into trading your superstar to LA either. So there is that.
Hey, boy, you know when that went down with Doncic, I said, watch them boys get the number one. I should have bet on that.
You should have. You should have. Reggie. Okay, real quick, Reggie. You sound like you aren't from Utah. Am I accurate in that? How did you become a Utah fan?
Oh yeah, I'm from South Louisiana because I'm from South Louisiana. It was the New Orleans Jazz at first.
Oh, so you followed them too. Okay, so you're an old school Jazz fan. You're a Pistol Pete Jazz fan.
Yeah, I'm 45. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
That's right in your house.
I'm in Dallas now.
Okay. All right. So Utah is your 1A. Dallas is your 1B.
Negative. I got no other team. Like I got Dallas Cowboys as my football team. That's it.
Fair enough. I appreciate that. All right, Reggie. Good stuff from you, my man. All right, so Tim, Brady, Reggie. Who's the other guy that called? Tim, Brady, Reggie. Who's the other guy that we had call? I feel like we had one more person.
He's the one taking names.
That's all right. Whatever. We'll it'll come to us. If you're still listening, text into the show. I forgot. I got 3 names written down so far. Eddie in Fort Worth. What you got?
Hey guys, what's going on?
What's cracking, bro?
Real quick, I know we've been talking about Cooper Flagg, whatnot. 30 seconds left, so I'll make it quick. So we pick Cooper, right? And then and you guys are talking about picking a number. What if? Hear me out. We give him the old Luka number, and then the fans are happy. What do y'all think? Anyways.
I kind of like that. Eddie.
You know what we should do? We should give him like 78.
That'd be great. 75. What's your, you hung up. Okay, boom. The hot take. All right, Johnny in DeSoto, take us home.
Hey, what's up, man? Flagg gonna be a dog. Unlike Luka, he's not gonna have that flash, but unlike Luka, he's gonna be out there playing on defense.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see the Kawhi comp. Dude's going to be a dog on defense, and then he's going to bring that. He's going to grow offensively. He ain't going to be right there going in rookie year, but like that one dude said, PJ kind of the floor for him.
Johnny, I got one question for you. Take us home with this. Will Cooper Flagg be better than Luka long term?
I think he wins more rings.
Oh, which, hey, you'll take that all day, every day. Johnny, great stuff from you as always, my friend. So we got Tim, Brady, Reggie, Eddie, Johnny. I feel like there was one more person. I'm sure if they listen, text in so I can get your name down. But everybody was Team Flagg.
Everybody was Team Flagg.
If you're not on Team Flagg, text Cooper Flagg. Let us know. We'll get this thing rocking and rolling. All right, we'll do a little fair foul next. We'll do some fair foul plus some more NBA news.
Maybe another trade will happen.
Maybe another trade will happen, but a little fair foul, more NBA news, and all that and more coming up right here on Fan After Dark.
Coming up Wednesday morning on Sean and RJ, how did the Rangers do in Game 2 against Baltimore? We got chopping it up at 7:40.
gotta forget something else to remember that Uber Eats has groceries.
No, that's absurd. Hey, remember when you used to be a, what was it, Pepper Lady? Pepper Lady?
Wasn't it Cinnamon Sisters?
Basil Babes.
Saffron Squad?
Nutmeg Maidens?
Paprika?
No.
Nutmeg Maidens.
I just said that. Was it Spice Girls?
Doesn't sound right.
Was it Saffron Squad?
Uber Eats has Lola V products? I gotta remember that.
Well, you know, they say in order to remember something, you have to forget something else. Okay, now that is a very cute haircut. That's like a little shag. I've never seen it before.
Well, I mean, of course you have. It's the Rachel.
Oh, is that your name?
No, I mean, like your name.
No, I'm Jen. My name's Jen.
Right, but I just mean like this is your haircut.
But that's hair on your head.
I'm not saying this is your hair.
Okay.
We can just do fair foul on our teammates' Twitter accounts.
Wild.
If you guys hadn't seen,
I'm here for it.
I just enlightened Fred on Eric Chiafalo's Twitter.
Chief, not holding back one bit. I'm here for it. I love it. I love it.
Can I give you a fair foul off the rip?
Let's do it.
22-year-old man. Let's sink in with just that.
Oh, I got a fair foul. I got to real quick. I'm gonna text my cousin. We got to do his fair foul because he. Anyway, go ahead.
22-year-old man. You got that part?
22-year-old man
was caught. Posing as a dentist.
Okay.
Using guides he found online and through YouTube videos.
Of course he did.
The 22-year-old man in the Czech Republic has been charged with posing as a dentist, performing root canals and other major procedures only by using online guides and YouTube videos. Police say he and two relatives ran an unlicensed home clinic for 2 years.
Wow.
Earning over 4 million koruna, which is about 185,000 USD.
It's a good lick for never gone to dentist school.
While treating dozens without proper training.
Well, I mean, dozens. I mean, didn't he treat all of them without proper training? He's not a dentist.
One relative acted as a nurse.
Oh, wow.
The other one made prosthetics. All three pled guilty to charges like illegal business, drug dealing, and attempted assault, and they're facing up to 8 years in prison.
Drug dealing? So what? They were running a trap house? Were they doing dentistry work out of a trap house?
But I guess, because you give, anesthesia, aren't those, considered drugs?
Novocaine and things like that.
I mean, so they had access to all this? I mean, is this stuff you can...
They're in Czech Republic. I don't know how that works.
Well, fair. 877-881-1053. If you're from the Czech Republic, is it that easy? And I'll tell you what, I could reach out to my grandpa, though. Well, he might be awake, actually. My grandpa speaks Czech. Now, what that has to do with, fake Czech dentists, I don't know.
The number one comment was, he's no better than the licensed dentists that suck.
Dang.
I mean, that's a great point, man.
I've had a terrible root canal where I'm supposed to be making my teeth feel better, and it was the worst pain still to this day in my life. And I've broken bones. I've had my heart broken. Worst pain in my entire life was a bad root canal.
Here, I had my heart broken. I'll tell you who's pretty. I love the Navy.
Is there anything worse than a tooth pain? I don't think there's anything worse.
When you've got a toothache, shut it down.
Shut it down.
Shut it down. Seriously. It's funny you bring that up.
Now.
Well, it's funny you bring that up about the root canal because I had I thought I had a root canal in the Navy. Okay. I mean, I went to Rhode Island for it. I mean, I remember them, cutting my mouth open or my gums and trying to fix my front tooth. And every dentist I've been to since is like, yeah, we see no evidence that there was ever anything
that's not a
done
root
here.
Canal. They're messing with your gums. That's not a root canal.
Well, you get what I'm saying. Like they did something. I mean,
they drill in your tooth and they take the root out.
Dude,
right?
But it was right. But it was that's what I'm saying. It was my front tooth is what I'm saying. So they had. I mean, you had to get to the gum. You had to get to the root from the front of the gum. Dude, right? The point is this. All I'm saying is this.
Has anybody had a good experience with a dentist?
Well, there are those dentists that put people to sleep.
Shout out to anesthesia.
Right? I've never had an issue with the whole dental process.
Okay.
In fact,
I've definitely had a couple bad procedures where it's supposed to be feeling good or supposed to do this, and then they go, "Oh no, they did terrible work. We need to redo this." Or
I'm ready to get some veneers. Let's call it what it is. Let's get some veneers.
If I had money,
877-881-1053. If you want to
crowdfund,
endorse the Fan After Dark, get me and Blake grills, okay? And we will love y'all up.
We will every show. I'll do it every show.
Man, I will cheese. You will never see me stop smiling.
I think if I had money, it'd be veneers and a private chef.
Well, let's go to Mexico.
We can probably get it for cheap, right?
You can absolutely get it for cheap down there. 100%.
That would probably be my first two.
That's it. Trevor will go down there and get a BBL. We'll go get fake teeth. Bada bing.
Look like a frog standing up.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
What would be your first thing?
What's that?
If you had money, money.
Oh, you're not teeth. 100%.
But after
not
that?
even after that. I mean,
I'm going private chef.
I don't know. I'll probably get my kids new cars.
Aww.
I get my kids. Yeah, I take care of my kids, man.
Thanks,
Seriously, I gotta go.
After that,
get myself a car. I mean, what are we talking about?
So you're going car teeth.
No, I'm going teeth car.
Teeth car.
I'm going teeth car because I think I want a new truck.
Yeah.
I want a new truck.
Like if you just had blank you money and you could just go get whatever car
I either
you
want a new truck or I do miss a manual transmission.
Would you get like a sporty car, or would you like an older car?
I don't. It's hard to say, man, because
you got blank you money. You can get whatever you want in this hypothetical. Like there's not a limit. Like, oh, you got to spend under this, or it's got to be this year. It's just, hey, you get the car you want. We're getting veneers.
I mean, I'm definitely getting veneers, and then I'm probably gonna get
cheesing out the window.
Oh, all day.
Stoplight.
Window rolled down.
Is the light red? Is the light red?
Why is this guy yelling at me with his mouth open?
Fan after dark.
Smile. Yes.
I might get fan after dark on my teeth.
Hands down. I would get it to where
FAD.
it shows up in, it would glow in the dark.
Like blue light.
That's exactly right.
Ultraviolet.
Cops pulling me over. What you want?
You know who I am? Just
You know
smile.
who I am.
135.
I'd have a QR code right there. You want my driver's license? Get your phone out.
No, the QR code should take them to the fan website.
That's right. Well, that'd be the other side. Right there. That's what I'm talking
7-11.
about. All right, real quick. So, fair or foul, I've told you about my cousin who's in Tinder love. Okay? Remember we told you about
Brazil
that?
girl, right?
Yes.
The Brazilian girl?
Yes. All right. So I was talking to my cousin today.
Lock screen girl.
And I told him, I was like, bro, you were getting kind of roasted on air because I threw your situation out there. And that's, look, that's what happens when you got a cousin that does radio. Like, hey, I might put you on blast and I don't put him on blast. He's listening right now. And we may have him on in the next segment to, say his piece. Anywho, so I brought it back up and I told him, I said, bro, you got roasted. I said, we didn't just foul. It was technical foul.
Yeah,
okay.
it was technical foul.
So
Substitution.
So here's what he said. And my boy, look, for as off the wall as I am, he's very even keeled. Needless to say, my dad and his mom are brother and sister, right?
No, this is fair. This is fair. I've met him. He's definitely even killed.
You have absolutely. That's
He's
right.
not like
you have.
jumping off the wall.
Yes. No. Okay. And he's a cop, DPD. Okay. And so she's still in Brazil. Old girl is not back because she's a lawyer, right?
Yeah.
And technically, she was working on like a sexual assault case in whatever part of Brazil she's at, turned into a murder case. And so I said, oh, murder was the case? Ha, ha, ha. Anywho, she's supposed to be back this week.
Okay.
So I said, is she still on the lock screen? Are we still, still hot and heavy? He said, absolutely. I said, are we still good with putting her on the lock screen? Kind of crazy, whatever. He said, look, I've got a very difficult job. Okay, he told me a story about what happened over the weekend where
imagine in
two
Dallas.
girls get into a fight. Next thing you know, a family brawl broke out. Okay, like it's literally, right? And so he's got to break that whole thing up. A domestic that went from 6 p.m. to he didn't get out till 2 a.m. after everything was done. He said, look, let's put it in perspective. I got this young lady who they get along. They talk all the time. She's obviously easy on the eyes. All right. She's smart. Got it going for her, yada, yada. Okay. He says, when you're having a rough day, having a bad day, there's just something nice about being able to look at your lock screen and kind of forget it all for a minute.
Yuritsa, right there.
Okay. And I said, you know what? When you put it like that, he goes, you just live in the moment. It's a crazy world we live in. Sometimes you just need a little respite, a little break. And hey, let's call it what it is.
And when you put it like that, at the end of the day, what we think really doesn't matter.
And that's it, right? And plus, let's not pretend like you can't meet people in real life and then realize that after meeting them for a little bit, they're psychopaths. Okay?
You have them in real life locks.
All right. I'm looking at you, Blake Elliott. So, you know what I'm saying? So these things happen. So, you know what? After hearing my boys break down, I am okay with the Tinder love lock screen. Fair for my cousin.
It's still a little crazy without context, but with context.
With context,
knowing
absolutely.
who he is and, being a
That's
cop.
right. You've met my cousin, so you know.
It's not really that. I mean, it's kind of weird because they haven't met.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be different if they had met once, maybe.
Yeah.
But I get them also being DPD. You never know when the last time you're going to look at the phone is. And
That's it.
So,
It's real on these Dallas streets.
If the person he has the strongest connection to is this young lady,
Yeah.
fair.
And then we'll see what happens when they meet in person.
I already know what Trevor's answer is. Trevor better not say foul. But Trevor, you better not say foul.
Fair all day.
Chill out. All right?
I mean, I'd be okay with her marrying her if that's what
I
it
think
takes.
the only odd thing about it is
Yeah.
that they haven't actually met. That's the only odd
Well,
thing.
they didn't know what it is, but the thing is, because they haven't been able to. She's like I said, she's
But
still
have
in
they
Brazil.
FaceTimed and
They have. Oh,
okay,
absolutely.
Then that's
yeah.
that's my only,
They
that's my only
FaceTime.
foul.
They like I said. And
Just Snapchat.
And she was supposed to be here last week, but like I said, murder was the case, and so she's going to show up hopefully this week.
Is she a lawyer here?
She has to pass the bar.
Okay, so she passes the bar and then she's good, right?
Before we get out of here, and I'll send us the
Hey.
break, Trevor, what's the earliest you ever put a girl as your lock screen? Just for context.
I've never done it.
Never.
Never.
No woman
Never,
other than
never,
family.
ever?
No woman other than
I don't
family's
even
been a
put-
lock screen.
My lock screen's an anime background.
Okay,
Come on.
well, that makes
let's go to the top of the hour.
a lot, boys and girls. The plot thickens. Final hour of the program. Don't go anywhere.
Fan After Dark means wheels off on 105.3 The Fan and the Odyssey app, presented by Comerica.
When divorce is inevitable, you need...
Nutmeg maidens?
Pre-curb.
No.
Nutmeg maidens.
I just said that. Was it Spice Girls?
Doesn't sound right.
Was it Saffron Squad?
Program. He just doesn't know it yet. And if that doesn't sound stalker and creepy, I don't know what does. Per some guy on Twitter, report. Per some guy, I'll tell you what, we'll read his background real quick. He does have 8,000 followers, so he's got more than I do, so he has to be halfway official. You may know him as Ari_report, senior NBA insider. Please direct message for inquiries. Graphics done by @David Chabot. Well, I'll tell you what, I might just
David
reach out
Chabot, 369
look,
followers.
if David Chabot's doing your graphics, it's about to be a good time.
His email is in there as well.
His email is in there as well, in case you guys are wondering. You can find him at arireport@gmail.com. Okay.
And he's followed by all of our friends. He's followed by Mike Curtis, followed by Lauren Gunn, followed by Isaac
Bobby
Harris,
Marks is following him.
followed by Bobby Marks, followed by Mike Curtis. Grant Abseth follows him. So all of our reporter friends
Andy
follow.
Bailey, friend of the show, follows him as well. So I'll tell you what, we're about to reach out to him here. You know what? We will do I'll tell you what, I've got a top 5 at 11:20, but if our boy Ari wants to come on, or we may push it till tomorrow, although it will be the draft, so he's probably going to be busy tomorrow, so maybe we'll find out if he wants to join us tonight. Either way,
David Chabot.
here's what what's Dave doing? Graphics. Well, that's true. Never mind. So what's Ari saying? Expect Kai Jones. Kai Jones to return to the Mavericks on a standard NBA deal.
I mean, he hooped last year. I don't know what else to say.
We're fans of it, dude.
Kai Jones, and he can fly. He can fly through there. Like, he'll dunk it.
I'll tell you what, and he's kind of goonish.
Yeah.
And I know that word has, different meanings, but in Fred's day, a goon meant, he was an enforcer.
A little rough around the edges.
And I'll tell you what, this team needs that. Not to say that, look, PJ Washington's not afraid to get in your grill. Najee Marshall's not afraid to get in your grill.
Lift my camera a little bit. I moved. Okay, thank you, Trevor. So what's our goon squad now? What's our goon squad? What's our goon starting 5?
Ooh.
Not the best starting 5.
You talking about the Mavericks?
The Mavericks. What's our goon 5?
Oh, Jaden Hardy at the point.
Okay. Jaden Hardy at the point.
Jaden Hardy.
Kai Jones. Can we go double big? Can we? You think Gafford?
Have to. Gafford is a underrated goon.
So I'll do Gafford and Kai.
Oh, hands down. 4 to 5.
PJ's got to be out there.
PJ's at 3. Najee and Jaden Hardy.
Najee, of course. Yeah,
absolutely. And no, that's it. And who better?
That's your goon 5.
That's your goon 5. And who better to coach the goons than Jason Kidd? Okay, this is Jason Kidd. For those of you that don't remember, and I know a lot of you do, but let's not forget when Jason Kidd was out of timeouts in Brooklyn and had Tyshawn Taylor, former Jayhawk Tyshawn Taylor, bump into him and spill a drink on the court, so they had to stop play.
I mean, Oscar-worthy performance.
I'll tell you what, one of the greatest performances I've ever seen from a coach player spilled drink, which, I mean, what is he doing with a drink on the floor in the first place?
Open cup.
I mean, just
no top.
My man just walking around. I mean, what do you think? This is a cocktail party? I mean, seriously.
Who else are we missing that could make the goon 5? No, not Clay. Clay doesn't.
No. Although he does give passive-aggressive goon vibes. Okay.
All the guys we're talking about are aggressive.
Yeah, he'll come. He's kind of got that mind Jedi mind trick goonery going on with Klay Thompson. So I'm here for it.
Kyrie's too nice. Kyrie's at a new stage of his life.
Thank you.
He's too elder
statesman.
statesman.
He's got like 4 kids now.
Hey guys, peace. Come on. Try. Hella.
Meanwhile, or go ahead and let your goonery go on, and I'm going to go ahead and walk around and pretend like I don't see it. Because, look, Kyrie knows it has to go on.
Yeah, Lively's not part of the goon squad.
Well, he might turn his ankle on the way out to the fracas, so I don't know that I trust that.
Max Christie is the opposite of a goon.
That's the thing about this team that I love, is that you've got guys that you would bring to your mother. Like, hey, is there a nicer guy than Max Christie?
No, I don't think there is.
That
he just sounds nice. His name, Max Christie.
Well, that and you hear him talk, and you're like, this guy could, I think he might be their player rep for the collective bargaining agreement, for crying out loud. I mean, seriously, Max Christie's going to get you the best deal possible.
Anybody else even on the Mavs? Are we forgetting someone?
Dwight Powell's definitely not a goon.
No.
I mean, he's another nice guy.
He's Canadian too.
Well,
He's Canadian,
exactly.
Nice
I mean,
guy. We named everybody on the team.
AD's not a goon.
AD's not.
There's nothing goonery about AD.
Give me 7 Kai
He'll pull
Joneses.
his groin just walking out to get into the fracas. So, I'm here for all the Kai Jones smoke. And we've said, look, we
were saying this before.
Shout out to us, by the way. Not ones to pat ourselves on the back, but we're going to do it right now because that's what we do here on Fan After Dark. We've been on the Kai Jones bandwagon. Okay, let's get that straight. We have been on the Kai Jones bandwagon
right when he signed his 10-day.
We've been a fan of his, and we were pro bringing him back. So that being said,
it does get a little awkward because they do have a lot of bigs.
Well, now you're flush with big. You've got 5 bigs on this roster. A third of your 15-man roster is big.
It's centers. 4
and 5s. Like you can't. No other team has that many bigs on their roster,
and all of ours are starter caliber. Maybe not Dwight Powell.
And Kai,
I don't know, man. Kai,
no,
is
but here's the problem with Kai, though.
Man.
But the problem with Kai, though, is the injury aspect.
And there is some IQ lapse sometimes. You'll definitely see him just get caught, and there's a pass going behind his head, and he's staring at the wrong.
But then the next play down, he's going to dunk on 3 people. Like grab a rebound and take it down himself and dunk on 3 people.
I need straight athleticism. I don't need.
Oh no, he's a freak of an athlete. So I'm here for it. And see, this is the part. And I know we had the folks texting earlier in the program, when you're talking about the Cooper Flagg stuff, they're still mad about Nico. One of the guys that texted into the show or called into the show, I can't remember who it was, who talked about, as long as the guy, whoever it was that said Nico, I think it was the second caller, who said Nico was going to screw it up, right? Yeah. And I mean, gentlemen, are we not at the point where have we not figured out that there was there's something afoot here that, again, you traded away Luka, and then you got the number 1 pick. Like that doesn't happen in a vacuum, folks.
Would Spencer Dinwiddie made your goon squad over Hardy if he was still here?
100%. 100%. In fact, I would take him over Jaden Hardy.
Yeah.
As a goon.
Yeah.
100%.
The point guard's a little goonless. Jaden Hardy's our best.
If your point guard's a goon, man, I don't know that you're winning a lot of games.
Yeah, you're probably not.
I don't know because I need my point guard to be even keeled.
Very heady.
Now, I don't mind my point guard getting in your face.
Yeah.
But I also
point guards
need
you think
him
about in the league are pretty even kill for the most part.
I was going to say,
Russell Westbrook.
He's probably the biggest goon.
Yeah.
And he is. Like, let's not make any mistake about it. Like
Colin Sexton, Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson's for real.
Yeah,
he probably has the most square ups in the league.
Seriously, I mean, he's when you're that tatted up,
he's ready to go.
Like he is, and Russell Westbrook's the same way.
Always ready for the smoke.
He will not back down, and I'm here for it. I am absolutely here for it. Do we want to try to get the Ari report on?
We should. Does this mean anything? I know we're being fun, but does this mean anything about the roster, do you think?
Oh, I think it absolutely does. I'm glad you said that because I texted, or you and I were saying it during the break, and I threw it to you.
Kai, Lively, and Gafford,
you're not, well,
and
that is
Powell.
what I'm saying. You're not going to have all 5 guys on your roster.
And AD, who will be playing the 5 sometimes. He's not going to start at the 5, but you're not going to have AD at the 4 24/7. He's going to play some 5 for you. So you got like 5 centers right now.
Yeah, no, you can't carry all 5 guys. Somebody's going to get
And
moved.
you just Dwight Powell just picked up his option. You just signed Kai, and you just extended Gafford. So you just like kind of committed to 3 of those. Lively, obviously, being your rookie.
Well, you're committed to 4 of them because, I mean, you're trading. I mean, now, I think, who was it? I think it was Brian. It was Broadus who said earlier today on G-Bag that one of his math sources told him that the only way they would trade AD is if he asked out.
And I agree. I mean, it's Nico's guy.
I mean, you traded for him.
Yeah.
Or did you?
Who knows at this
Or
point.
did you? And I'll tell you what. All I'm going to say is this, and look, you guys already know how I feel about this trade. You already know where I stand on this conspiracy theory. Call me whatever you want.
It was Brady and Alvarado. He just texted in that said the.
Well, I tell you what.
That was our second caller. Talked about Nico. Shout out to you, Brady.
Shout out to you for being a fatty till the end.
Because I've seen his text before.
I'll say this: if you trade AD, that confirms the NBA was behind this.
Give me Devin Booker, and I don't care.
All day.
Or Jaylen Brown. Shoot, I don't care. Give me either one of those guys.
God, at 53. What's Booker at? What's he
talking
making?
about money-wise?
Yeah.
Let me look.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, look, AD's making $53 million, so I mean,
AD's
who
making
cares?
$1
One
billion.
6 to 1, half a dozen to another. I wouldn't hate that.
Either
Jaylen
one.
Brown or Booker.
One, I'm getting a better defender. One, I'm getting a better scorer. They're both perennial all-stars.
I kind of would lean towards Booker, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would.
I would rather have Booker.
I would rather
than-
have Booker, but I'm not mad at Jaylen Brown and a pick. Give me Jaylen Brown and Peyton Pritchard.
You ain't getting that for. You're not getting. I mean,
Here's
that-
Sam
yeah,
Hauser.
dude. I mean, now you're just now that at that point the Celtics are literally just fire sailing. Like they don't care. Fire selling. They do not care at that point. If you're just Jaylen and hey,
You want Derek White?
take a look at our roster. Tell us what you think. All right.
I know everybody's wanted every player, but Mavs, take who you want.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
Who would you move on AD for? 877-881-1053. He's not on the trade market before you get ahead of yourselves.
Yeah.
We're just hypothesizing.
We're just look.
Just out loud thinking.
First of all, it's 11 o'clock at night on a Tuesday. Okay, let's get that straight.
And Kai Jones just got signed.
And we just found out that Kai Jones, courtesy of the Ari report, our new favorite insider, our newest favorite insider.
Him and Grant Affleck are gonna have to
look.
battle.
Our favorite insider is Grant Affleck. Let's get that straight. Number one. Okay, Grant came on last night. 2 absolutely dynamite hours. Great stuff.
Okay.
And Grant texted me, by the way, and said, "Hey, we talked about the 2-for-1 last night on this program.
We got some more updates from Shams.
What?
Nothing has happened, but a rumor. The Mavs have narrowed their point guard search down to 2 players.
Who dat?
They want to sign one of these point guards with the mid-level exception that they now have with the new Kyrie deal.
Do you want to do the Blake game where you like to guess?
Of course. And the mid-level exception is $5.7 million because they are above the first apron but below the second.
Yeah.
So they have $5.7 million that they can get a player that it won't count towards the cap, but it will count towards the cap. It's just a mid-level exception. Either way, they get the player when they really shouldn't be able to, and they can get one of these 2 players. They can get a bunch of players, but they've narrowed it down.
Dennis Schroeder and so my 2 guesses are going to be Dennis Schroeder and Chris Paul. What say you, Trevor? Trevor the Creator.
I'd say Schroeder.
And
yeah, I mean, I agree with both of y'all. So
Okay,
I mean,
all right.
I think both of those guys.
much like his dating life, very complimentary and agreeable.
Listen,
Huh? We're going to talk about you. Don't worry. We got a segment just for you at the end of the show. Go ahead.
brother.
The answer
Is?
you're both wrong.
Wow.
Unfortunately, I would have loved for it to been Chris Paul because I actually was kind of down with him holding the troops in.
But after hearing Grant yesterday and his love affair, not Grant's, but Chris Paul's with L.A., I mean, that kind of makes sense.
So per Shams Charania, the Mavs have narrowed down the point guard search to these 2 players, Malcolm Brogdon
Okay.
and D'Angelo Russell.
Okay. I mean, I kind of hope it's D'Angelo Russell, to be honest.
I do too. Out of those 2.
I'm here for it.
And we do have audio of Kyrie Irving post extension. He was on ESPN, I believe, per Shams Charania. I said, did you get it? I just DM'd it to you, Trevor. We're getting a lot of stuff on the fly. I know we're throwing it on you.
Give me 1 second here. I'm just hoping that it plays because I'm listening. I'm trying to listen back also to the Cooper Flagg stuff. And
You're good.
And for whatever reason, so give me 1 second.
Because I believe he was just on ESPN because Shams Charania just tweeted out. Yeah. Okay. If we get this audio, this is good. This is on the Celtics taking calls on Derek White and Jaylen Brown, and Kyrie Irving explains his Dallas commitment. So when we get that audio, just let me know. Trevor, the Creator. Has this been the wildest 72 since the NBA Finals? I mean, literally every NBA team feels like they're involved in some capacity, whether they're in the trade, they're about to be in the trade, they're in the rumor, they're in the draft. They're going to be a top 5 pick. Like every team kind of has a play in this.
The thing I think that's different, that feels different this year, is free agency. We already know, especially with the tampering period. But what I'm saying is that we've seen flurries of activity with the days leading up to it, and then boom, the day of. As soon as it hits midnight, you're getting all kinds of stories. This is the first time that I can remember where there's as many trades
every day
that we've seen, and it just being as frenetic and frantic as it's been for the last 72 hours.
Okay, we got that audio. This is Shams Charania. It's a little bit of a longer clip, so stay with us. But he's explaining the Celtics fielding calls for Jaylen Brown and Derek White, and also, I believe, on the back end, Kyrie Irving on why he chose to stay with Dallas long term.
Shams Charania, I told you as we talked before the show, you can't escape your ball-headed friend. We were together a lot during the finals. I enjoyed a chance to be around you a bunch, and now we get a chance to dive into the offseason, and I know you're never sleeping. As Boston moves through, they move Porzingis. We're saving some money But you got to have some money as it relates to Jaylen Brown. What does this potentially mean if we connect the dots about his future with Boston?
Scott, it means them phone lines are ringing in Boston. My understanding is the Celtics are getting offers, calls on both Jaylen Brown and Derek White. The Celtics have high price thresholds for both players. We know how great Jaylen Brown and Derek White are. So I'm sure they're getting some massive offers, some pretty big-time calls as well. Their preference has been to keep both players, but this is a team that's still in the first apron, still a luxury tax team, still dealing with the uncertainty of Jason Tatum's status next season. So at minimum, I expect Sam Hauser and Fernie Simons as names that will be discussed. Will a team match that price threshold that the Celtics, I'm told, have set around the league for Jaylen Brown and Derek White to be able to get them? They are listening, but will the team get there? Just in the span of the last 2 days, Scott, though, they've shed $180 million in luxury tax savings. They've gotten out of the second apron, but with a season next year full of uncertainty, just how much do they want to get out of these aprons and the taxes?
Well, and this is the new CBA come to life, right? This is creating the opportunities for smaller markets and other teams to, like we just saw in the finals, get to that big stage. As it relates to a former Celtic, it's Kyrie Irving. You reported that he intends to decline a player option and sign for the long term, 3 years with Dallas. What more can you tell us about this one?
Scott, I spoke to Kyrie Irving just a few moments ago, and he told me his decision to return and stay in Dallas was largely based on commitment, not only from him, but the Mavericks as well, and wanting to build a real legacy in Dallas. And even more than that, his belief in this team's ability, when he's healthy and whole again, potentially in January and February and beyond over the next 3 years, to compete for a championship. Around him, Anthony Davis, soon to be #1 overall pick, Cooper Flagg, in the leadership there, Jason Kidd, Nico Harrison, and former owner Mark Cuban. But this was a beneficial deal, Scott, for both sides, because the numbers that he's signing for, it allows the Mavericks to have the taxpayer mid-level exception. And why is that important? It's important because they need to find a point guard that they can bring in that can play as a starter while Kyrie Irving is out. And I'm told two names to keep an eye on there, D'Angelo Russell and Malcolm Brogdon. So Kyrie Irving is there for the long haul. There were some settlements made to allow the Mavericks some flexibility. We'll see what they do over the next couple weeks.
Wow, what a Shams Charania report. Shout out to Kyrie Irving, who wants to commit long-term, being here and speaking with Shams and giving that little tidbit right there. If I'm a Mavericks fan, if I'm the Mavs, give me D'Angelo Russell. Who do you want? 877-881-1053. Who do you want to be the Dallas Mavericks point guard? Shams Charania letting us know Kyrie will be here 3 years, $118 million, as long with Kai Jones. But next, top 5 fruits. What are they? We'll give you ours next on The Fan.
Hope the bosses aren't listening. It's another Wheels Off edition of Fan After Dark on 105.3 The Fan and the Odyssey app, presented by Comerica.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important.
Eats has Lola V products? I gotta remember that.
Well, they say in order to remember something, you have to forget something else. Okay, now that is a very cute haircut. That's like a little shag. I've never seen it before.
Well, of course you have. It's the Rachel.
Oh, is that your name?
No, like your name.
No, I'm Jen. My name's Jen.
Right, but I just mean this is your haircut.
But that's hair on your head.
I'm not saying this is your hair.
Okay, fine.
Reliable service that protects your legacy and your dollars. Call Greystone Roofing or visit greystone-roofing.com today.
This segment of the Fan After Dark is brought to you by the Frankels. If you've been injured in a car or truck wreck, call Frankel first. 214-817-333-3333. With Frankel and Frankel, there's never an out-of-pocket cost, and they only get paid when you win. Frankel and Frankel, the go-to car truck wreck attorneys in Dallas.
Is pineapple a fruit?
Absolutely it is.
Okay, I need
What
to
the
add
hell
it.
else do you think it is?
I don't know.
What are you, a swinger?
No, my
It's
pineapple's
interesting.
right side
It's
up.
interesting. Of all the fruits my man mentioned, is pineapple a fruit? Huh.
Let me put it higher
Huh.
on my list.
Have you guys ever been propositioned in one of those moves?
I have. I used to work at a spot in Flower Mound, one of my favorite spots.
Yeah.
And we were kind of known, our restaurant is the top part of town we were at was the people would come to
Hey,
me.
let me tell you something. Flower Mound reeks of that kind of activity. Does it not?
It was like the affluent version
Very
of.
affluent.
And I had no idea until like 2-3 months of working. I was like, why do my regulars keep coming in with different
people? Yeah.
Well, not even just different people. It was a group, four of them. And it would be, but the wife and husband would be like, they'd be like, oh no, we stayed at their house last night. I'm like, wait.
I mean, come on, bro.
What do you mean?
Grown-ass people stay at each other's house. What are y'all talking about? I just don't understand the allure of, go ahead and sleep with my wife and I'll sleep with yours. I mean, God bless.
They be going on trips together. Like, they're kumbaya.
If that's the lifestyle you want to lead, hey, it's 2025. Be my guest. Your boy, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Good on you, Fred.
I'm just not. I'm just not that. Well, look, let's not pretend like Fred's some, holier than thou. Okay, I just, everybody, every man's got a code, as Omar would say from The Wire. Real quick, speaking of Flower Mound, and again, what a terrible transition. Shout out to the Texas Rattlers 11U team out of Flower Mound. Okay, now look, I don't know if any of these parents are swingers or not. Okay, but I'll tell you what. Shout out to my boy Cody, his son. I don't know if they won tonight or not. I know the last time he and I talked this afternoon, he's the first and third base coach, not at the same time, of course, but his Texas Rattlers team, 11U, out of Flower Mound. Shout out to them. I'll tell you what, and it's crazy.
I'd be pretty legit to be the first and third base coach at one.
At one time, right?
Come on, let's go,
Stop! No! Just got.
No, I'm talking to that guy.
That's right. So, anywho, shout out to my boy Cody and the Texas Rattlers 11U team out of Flower Mound.
Can I answer this?
You can absolutely answer this.
In the 972, someone said, why are the Celtics tearing it down? They just won a championship. So, There's this thing called the second apron, and it's fine if you don't know because it's not even something that I don't even think all of us completely understand. Pretty much it's a hard salary, not a soft salary cap, but there's a lot of restrictions. They get paid.
And a lot of ramifications if you surpass said apron.
They were pretty much paying their players too much money. And the owner was having to not just pay money on the luxury tax, but he was about to get draft picks taken away.
And what do new owners do when they come in?
Yep. Change the team and cleanse the team, if you will. They were about to start losing draft picks. They couldn't make certain trades. So they know they're not going to be good with Tatum next year or at least compete for a championship.
Right.
So
they'll still be solid.
So instead of going over the luxury tax and having all those ramifications that me and Fred just spoke about, they're shedding some of those players. And mind you, they're shedding those players that didn't play that much. Drew Holiday, some games came off the bench, didn't play a lot of minutes, and Kristaps Porzingis
and he was hurt for a big part of the year. Now, let's not pretend like he wasn't a big part of them winning a title last year.
100%.
But he was hurt to start this season.
So if they had to move off two expensive guys.
And exactly.
Porzingis. Now, if they move off Jaylen Brown, I do think that is like them kind of that's obviously them retooling.
They're rebuilding at that point. Yeah. Like because you're going to get a haul.
Yeah.
And look, if you're Brad Stevens,
if you move off White or Brown, then that's when it's like, okay, this is a new team.
Yeah, no.
Right now, I mean, Porzingis and Drew, we're talking about it now, but 5 months from now, I'll be like, whew, man, they don't have Kristaps Porzingis.
No,
how are they going to be able to compete or not compete?
I mean, look, he comes in for a game, looks good for a quarter, gets hurt, and then you'll see him in a month.
Yeah.
And he may be Magic Jr., who knows? I mean.
Streets are talking. Do you know about that? Do you know what we're talking about, Trevor?
Yeah, well, I was sitting in there while y'all were talking about
I'm just making sure.
Now.
What a poll, man. I mean, that's a hell of an accusation. And again, I'm not agreeing with it.
I don't think we can hear this right
the
now.
The internet has gone too far.
The internet's wild.
The internet is dangerous place, ladies and gentlemen. It's a dangerous place.
Y'all need to just put it together in your head of what we're talking about. That's all I'll say. I'm not gonna elaborate.
From Recovery XL, this is on the Twitch line. Do we have the YouTube up or no? Sure. From Recovery XL, sup fellas? Shout out to you guys. Fan After Dark fan cam would be icy. LMAO.
Do we not have a fan cam right now?
I thought we did. Let's see. And then our boy T3 Pritchett would rather have Russ or CP3 over D'Lo and Brogdon.
I mean,
I don't hate that. In fact, I wouldn't mind Russell Westbrook in a Mavericks
high
uniform.
energy, play some defense, pass the ball.
You could say he's a goon too.
Oh no,
we qualified him as a goon.
He was number one goon.
I didn't hear that.
He's on our goon list.
Goon one.
Yeah, no, and as one of the texters pointed out, CP3 is definitely a goon too.
Yeah, CP3 is one of those low key goons though. Like he's tripping you when you don't even.
He's an old school goon, right? Because he's still got to be. What is it, Cliff Paul as well? So, you got to do that too. Real quick from the 972, I grew up in Flower Mound. There is a middle class area, but mostly rich folks. Ha ha. And then let's see. What's wrong? Okay, from the 585, what's wrong with grown-ass adults having sleepovers at each other's houses?
All right, well, we know where your pineapple's at.
That's a great point. And again, we have no issue if that's the lifestyle you want to lead.
Beds.
Or that too.
Yeah.
Okay. Unless at that point, what do you do? What's the point of a sleepover at that point?
I wonder what Porzingis thinks about pineapples.
Well, let the internet tell it. Loves them. Multiple at one time.
That's why the internet's terrible.
The internet is an awful place.
I have no idea if it's true, but it's gone so far
that's
where
the problem.
It's ingrained in my head.
Yeah, no, and I had no idea.
What's he going to do, come out and say he does or doesn't? I just want to let you guys know.
He's going to come out and say no.
No, I'm saying, was he going to make a PSA at his opening press conference? I just want to let you guys know. Not Magic Jr. randomly.
Yeah, seriously. Just I know the internet's
talking.
I've seen
the tweets.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Rick Carlisle did yesterday. I mean, think about it. Rick Carlisle on Sunday, I've seen the internet video of the buses, and we show it to the team as if they need any more motivation. Yeah. Which, you know what? I'm okay with that. And then, of course, some guy, real quick, have you ever got, and I know you guys all have, well, you might not because I know you're brand new to the Twitter sphere. When you make and I do this, I don't know how much you do this, Blake, where you'll make a comment on something, kind of just like, just kind of whatever, nondescript.
Talking about online or in person?
No, on Twitter.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And then you'll get it, and then next thing you know, there's 20 notifications of people are fighting, and you're included in this.
No, I understand, but that's a you thing. I don't make comments.
I do.
I probably tweet once or twice a month.
You're talking about actually comment? I thought
100%.
You're talking about like AI.
I'll look at
an ad shows up.
I'll look at a viral tweet, and Fred is. Here's my thoughts on it.
I am all about making a comment. I mean, somehow I got caught up in a Justin Herbert firestorm today because all I said was, and I stop me if you've heard this before. Another Yahoo guy has Herbert as his number 5.
Yeah.
And so all I said was,
how much potential Herbert are we going to do?
Well, here's the thing. So I said, what on earth is Yahoo's love affair with Justin Herbert? That's all I said.
Yeah.
And this guy. Next thing you know, 17 comments later.
Somebody said, "Hey guys, what did I miss? I just got off from my part-time job at Burlington Coat Factory.
God bless you.
And I'm trying to put it all together listening to you guys. How would you summarize this?
Are you a swinger, and do you have a pineapple in front of your house in Flower Mound, or anywhere here in the DFW Metroplex?
And Kristaps Porzingis.
Oh, see, I was going to leave that alone.
That's fair. My bad. But we're trying.
But you are trying to bring everybody back full circle. Is Porzingis Magic Jr.?
There's probably still people that are confused about those.
Well, if you don't know who Magic Jr., if you don't know the story about Magic, Google it, I guess. For lack of a better term. All right, here we go. Top five fruits. And you may be saying to yourself, Fred, how, much like Trevor did earlier, how on earth did you guys come to top 5 fruits as your top 5? Well, Blake had a great idea to do, let's do top 5 trades, yada, yada, yada. And I looked at him, I said, bro, look, my brain is not going to be functioning at a high level to think that far back at 11:20. I said, let's go with some low-hanging fruit today. Let's have some fun with it. Just easy on the brain, whatever.
That exact sentence.
100%. And Blake, being the Blake that he is, and this is why Blake and I do such a great show together, because we're picking up what the other's putting down. He says, top 5 fruit.
Because he said low-hanging fruit.
And I said...
I
picked it up. I said, let's go.
Let's go. What did you pick up? Which fruit?
We're about to find out.
In just a minute.
Let's do this, ladies and gentlemen. Number 5 for your boy, orange.
Not the tangerine, not the mandarin.
Well, and you said those little cuties, all right?
It's all encompassing.
Look, it's citrus, all right? I love it. It's healthy. It's good for you. I love a good orange. And there's something therapeutic about the peeling of the orange as
ASMR,
well.
Baby.
I will agree with that.
ASMR.
And if you compost for all my rural folks, or, if you're into that sort of thing, throw them orange peels on your compost, all right? Number 5.
I got an honorable mention.
Let's go.
It's 3 of them. They all in the same boat. Oranges, kiwis, and mangoes, but only in smoothies.
Okay.
I would eat an orange regular, but I would never eat a kiwi or mango just sitting there in my house. But I absolutely love the flavor profile in a smoothie.
Can't go wrong with that.
My number 5 though is gonna be blueberries. Shout out to little blueberries, quick, small,
That's
easily.
a solid choice.
Burst of flavor. I feel a little bit healthier eating it too. It doesn't feel.
Antioxidants.
I feel like all the fruit is kind of healthy, but it doesn't feel as indulgent, if you will. The blueberry, I feel a little classier eating a blueberry at night.
They do help detoxify you.
They're antioxidants.
That's it. Did I say detoxify? Is that a word?
You said
I don't
detoxify, but that is a word.
That is a possibility though too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Blueberries number 5. Solid choice by you. Number 5.
So my number 5. Now I'm weird with my number 5 because a lot of people peel them.
Yeah.
Kiwis. I'll wash a kiwi.
Second kiwi reference we've heard tonight.
Third.
Did you?
Girl.
Well, who else said it? Because that's what I'm saying. Her
girl,
and him.
me. I said it me.
Oh, you
it was
did?
my honorable mention.
I wasn't paying attention.
Okay. But yeah, I'll eat a kiwi just with the fuzz. I'm good.
You like that fuzz, don't you?
I don't need
fuzz?
anything weird.
Yeah.
I'll eat it how it comes.
Yeah.
Go ahead and mark yourself.
I bet you will, won't you? Bet you will. Eat it how it comes. If she'll let you.
Oh, yep. My number 4, blueberries.
Blueberries.
Give me a handful of blueberries.
I think this guy peeked on my list.
Yeah, he did.
And I will.
Him and Stephanie.
Yep.
Okay, I like it. I like it. By the way, shout out to Trevor for being a team player tonight, unlike our friend Blake.
Wow.
I do.
That's right.
What Blake do?
With the tank top?
That's it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, for those that are on the Twitch and the YouTube, 2 of us came correct for Tank Top Tuesday, and Blake, Mr. I had other things going on today. Anyway.
My number 4, give me the green grape specifically, not the purple grape. Give me the crisp, out of the refrigerator, nice juice squirting out, boom, the green grape. Number 4.
Go ahead and mark that a couple different times. I don't know if it was the noise, the squirt, whatever. Number 4, peaches. Okay.
You're a child. Oranges and peaches 5'4".
I mean, what's wrong with oranges and peaches?
I'm kind of mad. I want to redo my list now. I'm kind of mad.
What's not to love about oranges and peaches,
You
people?
peaches over oranges, though? Why?
A good peach.
Yeah.
And plus,
I just feel like a good peach, you got to really get in there. Think about it. You can't eat a peach like non-juicy. Like you got to. You do. I'm not. There's no way you can eat a peach in public around other gentlemen. You just can't. You're going to be face first in that peach.
The noise you just made.
Noise, man.
It's pretty accurate, right?
Okay, I don't suck on a peach
You're gonna
like
say a
that.
plum
No,
next?
I eat a peach like an apple.
Of course you do.
Of course I
But
do.
if it's a juicy peach, I mean, again, I know we're giving you a hard time, Blake, but I agree. Because
if it's a juicy what?
You got a
Okay,
juicy
if it's
peach.
so you like to let the juices run down your face? Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you guys
I mean,
are
you
into?
have to.
You want to
You
let the juices
have
run down
to.
your face while you're
Don't tell me you don't.
More of a
Fred.
plum guy.
Don't tell me you don't. Got to get down to the seed. Come on.
Oh,
you guys
Lord.
are too much. Number 3, bananas.
Covered in chocolate. Number 3, bananas is
Who
wild.
doesn't enjoy a good banana? A good for potassium.
Yep.
All right. Keeps you from cramping up.
Yeah.
All right.
Great peel. You can use a peel for other things.
And compost, as we mentioned
Or banana-
already.
banana bread too, right?
Okay, banana bread. I tried making that once. Total disaster. And then the
Smoothies?
ultimate smoothie.
The ultimate. I mean,
The
it's
ultimate
it's probably
smoothie.
the ultimate smoothie base.
If you're not putting a banana in your smoothie, I don't know what you're doing.
My number 3, probably the best snack you can have at night. Give me some chocolate covered strawberries. At
Okay.
the number 3 spot.
Is that?
I mean, the chocolate kind of.
ruins
Okay,
it, doesn't it?
okay, just a strawberry.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I'm
Yeah,
going to
But
dip it
it's
in chocolate.
versatile.
It's
There's things you can
versatile.
do with it.
I mean, a strawberry is.
It
You like
is.
Nutella on
Yeah.
your strawberry?
Oh, Nutella and a strawberry,
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah, that goes.
Do you make the same kind of noises with the strawberry that you do
No,
with
no, no.
peaches?
So
I wasn't sure.
Peach is more like a couple. Strawberries are quick. Comes right off. And then like you got to leave a little bit where you're
The
just
sound effects this guy's got tonight.
you're just holding the stem, just so your hands are.
Here's a visual. We got this radio. We
Okay,
gotta
you guys
keep
want to
it
hear
visual, baby.
something totally barbaric? When I throw strawberries in my protein shake, I just throw the entire
I
strawberry.
knew
in.
you were going to say that, leaving the
Wait
freaking
till we
leaves
get
on there.
later, because again, me and
Leaving the
fuzz,
freaking
come
leaves
on
on there.
now.
That's
All
the
right, real
aesthetic
quick.
part. You're
All right,
cutting it.
We're at 3. Hold that thought. Let's go to break. We got to finish our list, and we got to make fun of Trevor on the way back and celebrate a Rangers win. Final segment of the program coming up. Don't go anywhere. It's Fan After Dark.
Coming up Wednesday morning on Sean and RJ, how did the Rangers do in Game 2 against Baltimore? We got chopping it up at 7:40. A ticket giveaway during the commercial-free expressway. And it is draft day, baby! Cooper Flagg Day on a Hump Day edition. Hump Day! Sean and RJ and the Fan.
Hi, it's Eric Thomason from Blue Nail Roofing. We've been serving North Texas homeowners for decades. And with every one of our customers, our job isn't complete until you're satisfied. Here's what several of our clients have said about Blue Nail.
I thought that they were extremely detail-oriented.
They went back to the insurance company and worked with them and got them to pay for doing the extra stuff that had to be done.
Bluedale personnel worked with the adjuster and did the work is superb.
I recommend them to anybody.
We had real good communication with them. I did not have to hunt them down. They usually came hunting for us to see what needed to be done.
I am totally pleased with what they did.
If you have storm damage, call Blue Nail Roofing today for a free, no obligation inspection of your property. Call 855-255-1975. That's 855-255-1975 or online at Blue Nail.
Uber Eats has groceries.
No, that's absurd. Hey, remember when you used to be what was it, Pepper Lady? Pepper Lady?
Wasn't it Cinnamon Sisters?
Razor Baby.
Saffron Squad?
Nutmeg Neighborhood? No.
Nutmeg Neighborhood.
I just said that. Was it Spice Girls?
Doesn't sound right.
Was it Saffron Squad?
Adoption at 1053thefan.com/adopt.
The final segment of The Fan After Dark is brought to you by Classic Chevrolet. If you're in the market to upgrade your vehicle, get to Classic Chevrolet in Grapevine. Back-to-back #1 Chevy dealership in the world, and they got more new Chevys than anyone, all priced to sell. Visit ClassicChevrolet.com. This is Texas. This is Classic Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Based on new Chevy registrations 2023 and 2024.
2024. Welcome back in. Final segment of the program. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys have been absolutely phenomenal. You know, I almost got into a fist fight with a kid back when I was in college over the use of the word phenomenal. I'll tell that story another time, but it's a personal favorite of mine. It was a word that was used in a quote, and this nerd tried to take it out of my story, and your boy, who was out and about, rolled back up to the newsroom, ready to throw hands. I was like, I know you are not playing with my story like this, bro. And he joined the Peace Corps and got sent to Africa.
I thought you were going to say he joined the newspaper.
I don't know. I don't know. For all I know, he boat capsized and he drowned in the Atlantic. Anyway.
Do you use phenomenal a lot because of Jim Rome?
No, here's the thing. The word phenomenal wasn't even, the thing was, I didn't use the word. A guy that I was doing a story, here's how old I am. This was back in 2005. I was writing a story, or I wrote a story about the impact of online auto sales. And this this dealership in Lawrence, I went to KU, they had just started their new online sales department. And sales were going through the roof, and he called it phenomenal, the impact of having their online sales department. He said phenomenal. And this guy's like, oh, I don't know that that's really the word to use. Bro, how you gonna tell the guy who's selling these cars and that's his quote? How you gonna tell what word is appropriate or not? Anyway, I digress. All right, here we go. Number 3, top 5 fruits. To recap, my number 5, oranges. Number 4, peaches. Number 3, bananas. Your number 5, 4, 3 is Blake Elliott.
My number 5, blueberries. My number 4, green grapes. My number 3, strawberries.
Fan-freaking-tastic. All right, recap 5, 4, and
5, kiwi with or without the skin.
There you
Blueberries, number 4. My number 3 specifically, and this is the only thing that I will be specific on. I like Honey Crisp apples. They have to
I appreciate you
Crisp.
identifying it as Honey Crisp, because I also may or may not have apples on mine as well.
Because again, I like the Red Delicious.
There's so many.
There's so many, but
Granny Smith.
I like me a crispy apple that is sweet,
with or without the skin.
Can
I peel the curtain back?
Go for it.
So when I was a wee boy, I was at Nana's house, rest her soul.
Yeah.
She would always have apples.
Okay.
And for a reason, when I was younger, to build up your teeth. Eating apples is a little bit of a hard fruit.
It absolutely is.
And I would do that, and then when I stopped eating apples at Nana's house, and I was just doing my own life, and I didn't eat apples, I tried to come back, couldn't do it.
Wow.
When I was I don't know.
Well, probably because you were too busy slurping on peaches.
Yeah. Teeth got soft.
What was that noise you made earlier?
Dude, it is tough to eat an apple if you don't know what you're doing.
877-881-1053 if you don't know how to eat an apple, or if you've run into issues.
I know you know how, but you
just kind of stare at it.
No, it's a tough chew. It's a tough chew if you don't know what you're doing.
What do I want to?
What?
You just bite it.
I mean,
maybe
what do
your
you mean
gums can
if you haven't brushed your teeth in a while, what do you mean it's a tough chew? We're talking about apples, bro.
Out of all the fruits,
Like if you told me Chex Mix was a tough chew, I'd be like, yeah, I could see that. You know, little Cracker Jack. Yeah, you know, you get one of those.
Gets in there. Or
Thank you.
When I was 8, it was a tough chew.
Okay, 8.
I'm not saying like yesterday.
I didn't know we were okay. Well, when you say it's a tough chew, I was gonna say I didn't know we had already we had teleported back to 8-year-old Blake talking about this.
Yeah,
okay.
This is 8-year-old Blake. It was a tough chew.
You're a
Can we
tough
throw
chew.
some caramel in there?
You're a tough chew.
All right, my number 2
tough chew, not Jew, tough
oranges,
chew. Number
any
2,
kind of
blue
oranges.
chew.
I'm about oranges. I love late at night. Good Lord.
This segment is not sponsored by Blue Chew.
No, it's not. No, it's not. But it could be.
Maybe.
That time of hour.
But I love a good orange. A late night orange, like when I'm thirsty.
Without the skin.
No, see, a late night orange is a hack. You're also getting orange juice.
All right, number 2 is orange for you.
Yeah, orange is good. Yep.
You know what you can do with the peels?
Put them in your garden.
Compost.
But like, think about it. Banana, you don't get banana juice out of it. It's a one hitter. It's a orange juice.
I mean, what are you smoking out of it too? I mean, what are you doing? What do you mean it's a one hitter? You just got to grind it in there. I've said too much.
Well, it's at the very least a 2-hitter because you can compost it as well.
The banana serves. No, it's very versatile.
Yeah.
But I'm trying
is
to,
it?
Tell
us, Blake.
Like a strawberry, I can milk squeeze a strawberry, get juice out. I can
milk a strawberry. Did you just say you can milk?
I didn't think you were getting strawberry milk.
Strawberry. Yeah, it's called strawberry powder syrup. I don't know of anybody that's ever taken strawberries and put them in milk and made strawberry milk. I mean, you could. I mean, in a blender, but I don't know that you can actually milk a strawberry. Number 2.
So no juice comes out of a strawberry if you're to squeeze it. It's gonna be no liquid coming out. You think? So you can milk a strawberry.
I guess that's something worth trying. You know what? Maybe we should do that on the show tomorrow night. Let's milk a strawberry.
You can milk an orange.
Night.
We all know about that. Orange juice. Duh.
Yeah, I think squeeze is the term you're looking for.
Juicing.
I don't think you milk.
You don't milk.
Yeah, you don't milk an orange.
What's the difference?
They don't have nipples?
Well,
okay, but think about
yeah,
it. Think about a cow.
Okay,
You're squeezing it, aka milking
but
it.
there's a technique to milking
What
a cow.
is it? Show us on the fan cam.
He's literally grabbing in the air.
Show us on the fan cam the technique. Use both hands.
Number 2. Number 2.
Pineapple. Right side up.
All right, my number 2, grapes, green.
There you
All
go.
right, because you cannot go wrong with green grapes. And then my number 1, and I could eat these things for days, jazz apples. All right, man.
I've never tried a jazz apple, so now I'm curious. Okay.
Crisp is the ultimate key with the jazz apple, because like any kind of apple, once it gets a little too rotted. Now I'm gonna say rotted. Obviously, it's rotted. You're not eating it, but I just
overripe.
Yeah, if it's too ripe, no, I ain't trying to eat it like a peach. I ain't trying to eat it like Blake eats his. I like a crisp crunch to my apple, so jazz apple is my number 1.
My number 1, it's already been said, maybe the most versatile, the base of every protein.
Yeah.
Great with peanut butter, great with Nutella, great in a shake.
Can you milk it?
You can. We're gonna find out. It's just one of the best fruits ever created.
Yeah.
Shout out to the inventor of the banana. Give me the banana at the 1.
And would we argue that the strawberry banana combo is kind of like the Jordan Pippen?
Oh, definitely.
You know, like that's the Jordan Pippen of fruit is strawberry banana.
The first time you ever go into a smoothie place,
you're getting strawberry banana.
I don't really know what to get. Strawberry banana
and strawberry banana.
Seriously.
Wait.
And then strawberry banana yogurt. Is that what you said? You say Go-Gurt?
I said Rice Krispies. If you get Rice Krispies and put strawberries and bananas in it, goated.
Wow.
Extravagant with
never
this
tried
breakfast.
it. I've never tried that before. Okay.
They were like Rice Krispie cereal?
Yeah, the cereal.
Oh,
I just know the actual Rice
Krispie treats are also a thing. I know. I don't.
No, I like the treats. I like the treats. I don't think I've had the cereal. I've only done the treats. Yeah. The treats, when you get them with heavy marshmallows, they got different versions. I don't know if you guys know. They got the regular and then they got the extra marshmallow.
Yeah. That can be a little much though. That can be well. You know what you hear when you pour the milk into the Rice Krispies.
Snap, crackle, pop. Okay, I didn't know. I thought we were going somewhere.
Snap, crackle, and pop. That's it. No, snap, crackle. No, look. Sometimes it's just
one of the best slogans.
Oh, it's because you can literally hear it.
Snap, crackle, and pop.
Is that the best cereal slogan? Or
Tony the Tiger? They're great. Because here's the thing. I mean,
or Tricks are for kids. That's in movies. People have said that in movies.
That's good, but
tricks are for kids. That's a great point.
Thank you. Tricks are for
kids.
Is there any other cereal slogans you can even think of? What's Cocoa Puffs? I just think of their theme song. The rap song.
I didn't even know Cocoa
No,
Cocoa
that's
Puffs.
it. That's
Cocoa
Reese's Puffs.
Oh, that's
No,
Reese's Puffs.
Yeah.
All right, real quick. So what was your number one?
Strawberry's my number one.
Number one. Okay.
And I'll eat a whole strawberry. I love eating the green. It's get you some extra fiber. And also compost it. Just
That's what you absolutely can.
I mean, strawberry for fiber.
And if you're Fred, I mean, like I said, I will throw the entire strawberry in my protein drink.
817 orange, Granny Smith, strawberry at the 3 spot, blueberry at the 2, and at the 1 at their fruits they put Fred Davis.
What? No, they didn't.
Am I lying?
I might be behind.
It says orange, Granny Smith, strawberry, blueberry, and at the 1 spot, Fred Davis.
Oh, I didn't see it.
They're calling you a fruit.
It's not mine hasn't populated like that. Oh, I see it. Ha ha ha. Funny 817. All right, we're down to like the last 30 seconds of the program. Great stuff as always from all you guys.
Shout out to the Rangers.
Shout out to the Rangers. All right. We love doing 3-4 hour shows, but hey, look, if we've got to sacrifice some time so that the Rangers can win, by God, that's what we're going to do. Shout out to the Ari Report. Okay, and his graphics guy. All right, maybe we'll get him on the show. Maybe we won't. Great stuff, as always, from the one, the only Trevor the Creator. As always, another stellar performance by you. As always, another fantastic performance from the Phenom himself, Mr. Blake Elliott. Don't forget, we will be back on tomorrow, 9 to midnight, after another Rangers victory. And don't forget, Haiku Hump Days. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night. God bless.
Late night for a reason.
A new way of life.